So all of you in the module will do easy problem first. Page number 103. Question number 26. It's a solved example. Solved example 26. The speed of an object. ये वाला. So we are doing JC module. Page 103. Question 26. Because similar question it has come in one of the entrance exam fairly recently. So let's read the problem and then we will start. Yeah, before this problem you guys might get confused. I'll just show you the problem which came in exam. We'll start with the problem which came in exam. You can come to page number 137 because this is slightly twisted. Let's come to page 137 and PYQ number 49. It's very similar. It's just this is little easy for you to first grasp the concept and then you can solve 26. A particle moving along a circular path. This one. Okay, so I'll draw the diagram while you guys read this problem. Which one? This one. A particle is undergoing uniform circular motion. This is the center. So let's say it is at point A. It moves through an angle of 60 degrees and let's say reaches the point B. Okay. First I will confuse you and then I will deconfuse you. Okay. Read the problem carefully. It's a uniform circular motion. What it is? It is uniform circular motion. What is the property of uniform circular motion? The speed remains same. Okay. So the speed remains same. What is the speed? Magnitude of velocity. Magnitude of velocity. यही होता है ना? Now read the problem. A particle moving along a circular path with the constant speed of this. Then they ask you, what is the magnitude of the change in velocity of the particle? What is the magnitude of change in velocity of the particle when it moves through whatever angle? अगर आप एक just see this problem, so confusing it is. Uniform circular motion. The magnitude of velocity is not going to change. It's going to be 10 all throughout. So change is going to be 0 and there is the option 0 there. आप 0 टिक करोगे बाहर आओगे, हो गया गलत. क्यों गलत हुआ ये? मैं आपको क्या बोल रहा हूँ? I'm confusing you deliberately to make the concept clear. It is saying what is the magnitude of change in velocity, and I am saying the magnitude of velocity is not changing, guys. It is uniform circular motion, which is 10 to 10. Exactly. We have to read the question very, very carefully. had the statement been like this, what is the change in magnitude of velocity? Not this statement, I'm just slightly twisting it. Read that statement. Currently it is saying what is the magnitude of the change in velocity. I am saying the question would have been what is the change in magnitude of velocity. If the question would have been what is the change in magnitude of velocity, answer would be definitely 0, because there is no change in the magnitude of velocity. But instead of asking that, they asked you what is the magnitude first, then they are saying of what? Of the change in velocity vector. There is a very subtle difference. There is a very subtle difference, and this is for 4 marks, guys. If you miss it, you are not missing 4 marks, you are actually gaining -5. 4 marks you lost and 1 mark negative, क्योंकि आप 0 टिक करके आओगे. और -5 मार्क का मतलब आपकी रैंक जो है कम से कम 20 से 25 हज़ार पीछे आ गई in terms of percentile, because in one mark they are so closely packed students. तो एक ignorance can cost you 10 to 20,000 of your rank. तो बात समझ में आ रही है क्या डिफरेंस है? They are asking what is the magnitude of change in velocity. So first go and first figure out what is the change in velocity and then find the magnitude of that. Clear? Okay. So the story revolves around the fact you first find the change in velocity vector, because once you get a handle on change in velocity vector, then only you can find the magnitude of that vector. So let's just draw some velocities here. Velocity at this point A would be tangential. Let's call it VA. Clear? Velocity at point B would be again tangential. Let's call it VB. In terms of magnitude, they both would be 10. But direction is different, so there is a change. Now we are supposed to find change. What? They are asking you to find this. If I am writing this, is it making sense to you? This is what they are asking. First go figure out the change and take the magnitude. So that is what they are asking. So if you want to find a change in two vectors, you got to find the vectors first. Can you guys write vector VA in terms of I or J? Just VA, I or J. Yeah, but this is just along axis. I have carefully chosen this point, reference point, so that it becomes easy. So at point A, it is just going up. So can I say it is just 10J? So VA ko I can write 10J. Now what you are saying, Vihan, that will be applicable for this, right? VB. Now I got to resolve VB. Let's draw some guideline here. A horizontal guideline and a vertical guideline. This is my vector, green color, VB. I got to resolve this, one like this, other one like this. So first I got to find out this angle. अगर मुझे ये एंगल ही नहीं पता होगा तो मैं कॉस साइन किसका करूँगा? I have to first figure out the angle ना. अच्छा, you have been given this angle as 60 degrees. Can you guys do some basic lines and angles from grade 7? 30. कैसे होगा 30? सबको समझ में आ रहा है 30 क्यों होगा ये और कैसे होगा? 90, 60, so this angle is 30. If this is 30, this is 60. Anyway, this is 60 because they are alternate interiors. So this is 60, this is 60. This is a tangent. We know that velocity is always tangent to the radius. So this complete angle is 90. So if this is 60, this is 30. Clear? So this will be 30 degrees. Once you get a handle on this, now you can write VB. If I write VB like this, minus 10 cos 30 I cap plus 10 sin 30 J. Is it making sense to you? Because one of its component would come like this, that is minus 10 cos 30, and that's the reason I have taken. Why minus? Because conventionally we take right direction as positive, conventionally. But it will not make any difference to your answer because we are concerned with the magnitude. But is it clear? And the other vector would be coming like this. This will be a sine. The angle would be 30. Achha, if someone finds this angle as 60, let's say when you're doing the problem, instead of finding this angle, you figure out this angle 60. Nothing will change here because in that case you will write 10 cos 60, right? 10 cos 60 J cap. So cos 60 and sin 30 are same. Cos 60 1 by 2 sin 30, and this will reverse. This will be sin 30. So sin 60. So your answer will not change from whatever angle you are doing the component from, because you got to remember the angle, the component along the axis. The component along the axis through which the angle is taken is cos, and the other one is sin. I have taken this angle. So component along this angle would be cos 30, and that would be sin 30. Clear? So now you have a handle on VA and VB. You can easily get a handle on VA minus VB. It will be, so this is 10J. This will be, if I do minus, this will become plus 10 cos 30. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2 I cap, and then minus 5 J cap. This is 5. So 10J minus 5J would be just 5J. 10J minus 5J, JJ get handled together. So this will be 5J cap, and this will be plus 5 root 3 I cap. This is your vector VA minus VB. Right everyone? देखो VA, so 10J में से 5J गया, किधर गया? हाँ 10J, तो ये 10J में से 5J वो 5J, और ये माइनस था, यहाँ कुछ I, there is nothing of I here, so just minus this, it will become plus. अगर आप VB minus VA भी करोगे तो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, because your answer is just magnitude. If you happen to do VB minus VA in the question, don't worry. The question maker is smart enough to take care of this fact. They have given you the magnitude as a question, so magnitude of the vector will not change, right? So now VA minus VB magnitude will be what? This will be magnitude VA minus VB. You know that whenever a vector is written in IJ form, the magnitude is this guy square plus this guy square root. So this will be square root of 25 plus 75. 25 plus 75. 5 root 3 ka square is 75. That is 100, and 100 is 10. So correct answer is D, 10 meters. Okay, is there a need to explain anything again? So understand one thing, if you generally you guys do this, right? If you watch all these video solutions, right, you might find my solution a little different, because people tend to use some bekar ka trigonometry and all that, complicate this problem. I have given you one tool, IJK. Stick to IJK and your life will be simple, right? In 2 dimensions, stick to IJK, you can handle the vectors nicely. Initially it might look little lengthy process, but it is foolproof, works everywhere. Okay, otherwise अगर आप इन दोनों वेक्टर्स का डिफरेंस निकालने बैठ जाओगे, ट्रायंगुलर लॉ एंड ऑल दैट से, राइट? अगर आप ट्रायंगुलर लॉ से इसका वेक्टर का डिफरेंस निकालने बैठोगे, कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ कर सकते हो आप, बिकॉज दिस वेक्टर्स आर नॉट एट द सेम प्लेस. सो फर्स्ट यू विल डू माइनस and all that jazz. Stick to this approach, right? V and VB in IJ form and do VA minus VB. That's the best and cleanest and safest approach, and this will be the quickest. This sometimes that formula A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta formula, sometimes it may help you. ठीक है? Yes.
Could you again show how you found it?
हाँ. So I have drawn this guideline. ठीक है? This line is like this line is like this. So this angle is 90. So 90 plus 60 is 150. So in a triangle this would be 30. Okay. Now this is complete 90. So this is again 60. And you can also imagine this. These 2 angles are like this. There are 2 parallel lines. So they will be equal anyway. So if this is 60, this will be 60. So either this way or that way. So if this is 60, again this complete angle is 90, because this is tangent, this is radius. आपने एक theorem पढ़ा होगा 10th में, radius and tangents are always perpendicular. So this is 90. So this is 60. So this is 30. Okay. So now what you guys do this problem comfortably, either after the class or at home. बिल्कुल same problem है, बिल्कुल same problem. There is no difference. ठीक है? There is no difference. We will move to the next problem, but make it a point that you do it. 103, question 26. So now we will come to another problem, which is of uniform circular motion. Since we are on this page, right after this problem, number 49, there is a problem called problem number 50. We are doing PYQ 50. PYQ question 50. Read this problem and then we will solve this in the class. I'll draw the diagram by the time you are reading it. Okay, so ये एक है ऐसा, there's another particle like this. R1, R2, AB. This is A. This is R1 and this is, sorry, this is it says 2 particles A and B. Okay, A and B moving on 2 concentric circles of radii R1 and R2. R1 is the shorter one, R2 is the bigger one. ठीक है, so far so good, nothing special, with the equal angular speed omega. So angular speed is omega for both. Omega A is equal to omega B, that is given as omega. That is the angular speed which is given. What is angular speed, by the way? It is the d theta by dt, or in terms of average, if it is same, we can also call it delta theta by delta t. If it is a constant velocity, so instantaneous and average can be taken same, right? How much angle you rotate and how much time you take. So this is radian per second. I have told you in my theory classes, we have to take the angle in radians, not in degrees. Radian is the SI unit. So this is omega. At t equal to 0, now they make the problems, right? So much of thought they give in each and every problem. At t equal to 0, this is the situation. This guy is at this point and going to go like this, and this point, this guy is going to go like this, right? This is the situation at t equal to 0. Fine enough. The relative velocity Va minus Vb, they are asking you Va minus Vb, that too vector Va minus vector Vb, okay, at t is equal to pi upon 2 omega is given by. The reason you have to make yourself comfortable with ij, they are giving you the option also in ij. So if you are not comfortable with ij, you will not be able to tackle these problems. Okay? So it's kind of a hint also for you to write the velocities in I and j. Va minus Vb, right? Va minus, इसका velocity हमको नहीं पता ये कहाँ पे होगा, ये कहीं यहाँ पे होगा, ये कहीं यहाँ पे होगा इतना टाइम बाद, बट जो भी होगा हमको ये चाहिए. Okay. First thing we got to ascertain here. First thing, at this time, what and where would these particles be? Because अभी मुझे यहाँ पे पूछा जाए Va minus Vb, तो easy है ना. इसका velocity इधर प्लस j में, इसका माइनस j में, I can find out Va minus Vb, right? This is प्लस j and माइनस j, and ठीक है. और V कैसे निकलता है? V is equal to omega r. So एक का हो जाएगा ओमेगा r1, दूसरे का ओमेगा r2. Vb, we can do this at this point, right? For example, अगर मुझे यहाँ पे लिखना हो Va को इस टाइम पे t इक्वल टू 0 पे मैं क्या लिख सकता हूँ? ओमेगा r1 j कैप. Vb को मैं लिख सकता हूँ ओमेगा r2 माइनस जे कैप. तो अगर इस टाइम मुझे Va माइनस Vb पूछा जाए इस टाइम पे, सो दिस माइनस दिस, सो इट विल बी ओमेगा r1 प्लस ओमेगा r2 टाइम्स जे कैप आ जाएगा. इफ दे आस्क यू एट दिस इंस्टेंट इक्वल टू 0, बट इतना आसान थोड़ी ना. अभी आपको पूछा गया है ये टाइम पे, सो फर्स्ट थिंग यू हैव टू जज कि ये टाइम के बाद ये लोग होंगे कहाँ पे. सो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. अंडरस्टैंड, वन राउंड इज 2 pi angle. So this, they have given you this ना, ये थोड़ा important डेटा है. One round is 2 pi angle. That means, और यहाँ से एक चीज़ और देखो, ओमेगा इज योर स्पीड. ओमेगा क्या होता है? रेडियन पर सेकेंड. मीन्स I can also interpret, that's where we have to attack the problem. They are giving you time duration, right? So you have to first judge in 1 second how much this guy is rotating. So hang on, 1 second में कितना rotate कर रहा है? 1 second में it has to rotate omega, because their angular speed is omega, that is radian per second. So in 1 second this guy is rotating by an angle omega. So you got to be very clear with the definitions as well. What that definition means. It says in 1 second this guy is rotating with an angle omega. Now unitary method, they are asking you how much time? Pi by 2 omega. So basically pi by 2 omega सेकेंड में. इफ 1 सेकेंड में ओमेगा तो इतने में कितना? ओमेगा इंटू दिस वैल्यू. सो दिस विल बी ओमेगा इंटू pi by 2 omega. Guys, this is basic unitary method, right? You've been doing it from before even you started to speak, है ना? तो ओमेगा ओमेगा नो ओमेगा, that means they both will rotate by an angle pi by 2. Okay. So if t equal to 0 पे ये भाई साहब यहाँ पे हैं, अगर यहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं तो पाई बाई 2 रोटेट करने का मतलब ये ए भाई साहब कहाँ पे होंगे? यहाँ पे, राइट? पाई बाई 2 is 90 and at that time it will be the velocity direction. तो यहाँ पे अगर ऐसा है तो पाई बाई 2 घूमने के बाद ऐसा हो जाएगा. ओके, इसको देखो, ये भाई साहब अगर पाई बाई 2 घूमेंगे तो ये ऐसे आएंगे, तो ये इधर पहुंचेंगे और ये जाने वाले होंगे ऐसे. सो दिस विल बी योर वी ए, दिस विल बी योर
पाई बाय 2 पूरा सेमी सर्कल.
अरे पाई पूरा पाई होता है सेमी सर्कल होता है. 2 पाई इज कंप्लीट सर्कल ना, तो ये 1/4 हो तो पाई बाई 2 हुआ, है ना? तो ये 90 याद रखो, ये सब है ना. 90 इज पाई बाई 2, 180 डिग्री इज पाई, याद रखना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो यहाँ पे ऐसे से आ गए आप लोग. अब आप वी ए को लिखो वेक्टर फॉर्म में. कैन आई राइट दिस एज ओमेगा r1 माइनस आई कैप प्लस आई माइनस आई. So minus omega r1 I cap. VB would be minus omega r2 I cap. दोनों ही माइनस में. They are asking you VA minus VB. When you do VA minus VB vector, VA minus omega r1 I cap and minus, so minus minus plus omega r2 I cap. So if you want to write it nicely, it will be is equal to omega times r2 minus r1 I cap, because r2 is in plus, r1 is in minus, omega common, this. So which option is going to be? It's going to be C, dear. Omega times r2 minus I1 I cap. The question is right on the money. So first of all, so why do we say these questions are very good from your, मैं तो ये बोलूँगा कि आपके ब्रेन की एक्सरसाइज के लिए बहुत अच्छा है. फर्स्ट यू गो टू फाइंड, आपका मतलब हाउ डू यू प्रोसीड. मैं सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ, आप देख रहे हो, बट इफ यू वांट टू सॉल्व दिस गाइस, हाउ विल यू अटैक दिस प्रॉब्लम? फर्स्ट, if you want to judge the velocity vectors, you first got to find out where they are, because they are in a circle. Their direction is changing every moment. If the direction is changing every moment, so first you figure out where they are. So by how much angle they rotate. That's your first job. So कैसे निकलेगा वो? I know they are having omega radians per second, because omega is the angular velocity, which is radian per second. That means in 1 second they are going omega. So pi by 2 omega में they'll rotate pi. So yeah, this I think for me, this is the key part of the problem. And then the student should be very very comfortable with IJ forms. अभी देखो, एक चीज़ और यहाँ से निकल के आ रही है कि आप बोल सकते हो सर फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस तो उन्होंने बताया नहीं था कि ये नेगेटिव है, ये पॉजिटिव है, वो पॉजिटिव है, ये नेगेटिव है, राइट? दे डिड नॉट स्पेसिफाई एनीवेयर। लेकिन भाई कन्वेंशन भी तो कोई चीज़ होती है। व्हेन वी गो आउट ऑन द रोड वी ड्राइव, वी नो इट्स लेफ्ट हैंड ड्राइव फॉर इंडिया, वी आर नॉट इन यूएस, वहाँ पे राइट हैंड ड्राइव है, तो वी नो द कन्वेंशन. So unless until someone specifies you otherwise, you will go with the usual conventions. You will take this as minus.
पर उन्होंने actually XY लिखा.
लिख भी दिया है देखो. हाँ, sorry, I did not notice very correctly. They have written. So generally these problem makers are very very clever. They don't leave any room for perception. So very good point from Pradnya. This is, they have written XY. So this is positive X. This is positive Y. And then the answer should be in this form. Okay. So अब अगर ये क्वेश्चन हुआ है तो हम लोग थोड़ा सा इसका एक सीक्वल करेंगे. Come to page 103, question 27. Guys, please pay due importance to these questions because your test on Sunday is going to be important. Page 103, question 27. Page 103, JC module, JCM, question 27. Again a question of uniform circular motion. An object moves at a constant speed along a circular path. Okay, very good. And a horizontal XY plane. Okay, to the center at origin given, right? When the object is at x equal to minus 2 meters, velocity is minus 4j. This, right? What is the object acceleration when it is at y is equal to 2 meters? Understand one thing, in a uniform circular motion acceleration is always या तो आप ओमेगा स्क्वायर आर कर सकते हो, ये है इसको आप वी स्क्वायर बाई आर कर सकते हो. तो वैल्यू तो फाइंड आउट करना इज नॉट अ बिग डील. यू हैव बीन गिवन सफिशिएंट इन्फॉर्मेशन टू फिगर आउट द वैल्यू. नाउ वी हैव टू जज द डायरेक्शन. वहाँ पे थोड़ा काम, तो पहले वैल्यू वाला काम कर लेते हैं. इट इज़ वी स्क्वायर बाई आर. सो वी इज गिवन टू यू एज 4 है ना भाई. मैग्नीट्यूड तो 4 ही है, सेम ही रहेगा. खाली जो ये जे कैप लिखा हुआ है ना इसमें, दैट इज ओनली फॉर डायरेक्शन, बट ओवरऑल मैग्नीट्यूड इज गोना बी 4 ओनली थ्रू आउट. इज गोना बी 16, 4 स्क्वायर. व्हाट इज द रेडियस? This is 2 meters. That is going to be 4. This is going to be 16 by 4. This 4. ठीक है. नाउ एक मिनट, कुछ गड़बड़ किया क्या मैंने? 2 मीटर है क्या? अच्छा, रेडियस इज 2 मीटर्स गाइस, तो इट इज 8. सो एक्सेलरेशन आ गया 8 इन टर्म्स ऑफ वैल्यू. नाउ आई हैव टू पुट आई जे वॉट एवर. इस 8 के आगे मुझे आई और जे डालना, बस इतने बाकी है, क्योंकि वैल्यू तो वी स्क्वायर बाई आर होगी. वैल्यू इज कॉन्स्टेंट थ्रू आउट. नाउ जस्ट रिकॉल यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन. अरे यार, we call uniform circular motion. Throughout the motion, the acceleration is always directed towards the center. Object कहीं पे भी हो, acceleration would be. So if I were to put I or J here, I just need to know कि where that particle would be at that time. देखो बोल रहे हैं, when the object is x equal to minus 2 meters, its velocity is minus 4. What is the object acceleration when it is at y is equal to 2 meters? अब यहाँ से आप जज करो खुद ही. I'll just make it again. दिस इज योर मोशन का डायरेक्शन, they have given you this x equal to -2. X equal to -2 is here. At this time its velocity is -4j cap. -4j cap. That means don't look at this diagram from solution. This diagram is not given to you. अगर वो diagram दे दिया होगा तो खत्म है केस. This is also a previous PYQ. ठीक है, ये डायग्राम आपको जज करना है कि कैसे जा रहा है, तो उसके लिए इस डायरेक्शन उसने जज आपको दिया कि x इक्वल टू -2 पे इट इज -4, सो -4j मीन्स लाइक दिस. नाउ यू कैन ओके, दैट मीन्स दिस गाय इज गोइंग लाइक दिस गाय इज गोइंग एंटी क्लॉकवाइज लाइक दिस इंफॉर्मेशन, राइट. अब वो क्या पूछ रहा है, when it is at y equal to 2 meters, y is equal to 2, this is 2, तो ये this is 2, this is 2, y equal to 2 ये हुआ. भाई सेंटर ओरिजिन पे है तो ये भी रेडियस है, ये भी रेडियस है, तो अगर ये 2 है तो डिस्टेंस तो ये भी 2 ही होना चाहिए, तो ये 2 होगा +2, ये होगा -2. अब if the object is here, you guys tell me इसका एक्सेलरेशन ऐसे होगा या ऐसे होगा, नीचे towards the center, because we know this is a rule. यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन में एक्सेलरेशन इज ऑलवेज डायरेक्ट टुवर्ड्स द सेंटर. सो इस जो वैल्यू को मैं क्या लगाऊंगा, टोपी, आई टोपी की जे टोपी, जे टोपी लगाएंगे, माइनस की प्लस माइनस, सो इट विल बी -g. Okay. अच्छा, in the context of uniform circular motion ना, guys pay attention. In the context of uniform circular motion, while we are doing all these problems, जहाँ पे object generally diametrically opposite या इधर कहीं है, तो it's very easy to find everything, right? But you might get a problem जहाँ पे कि object कहीं एक arbit जगह पे होगा and they might ask you some information. So let me give you a very important formula. I think these guys would know this formula, cosine rule, but this might help you in some problem solving. So just remember this formula. It's called cosine rule. This is done. मान लो आपके पास एक ट्राइंगल है. You have a triangle like this, and it is not a right angle triangle. It's just any triangle. Okay. Okay, let's say this angle is theta. Theta could be any angle between 0 and 180 because it's a triangle. Now let's say this is A, this is B, this is C. So conventionally we use the length of BC, we write it as small a because it is the side in front of angle A, so we'll write it as small a. Small a means BC. ऐसे इसको बोल देंगे small b. This can be written as small c. No, cosine rule. Yes. तो यहाँ पे if you are given theta, हमें भी तुमको भी पता होगा ICSE बोर्ड. If you are given theta, you know these two sides which are making this angle theta, C and B, and you got to figure out this third side. So this can be given as a square is equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos of theta. This works for any triangle. This works for any triangle, not necessarily right angle triangle. मतलब दो adjacent side कैसे याद रखना है इसको? Two adjacent sides are given and the angle between the adjacent side is given. What is the task? To find the length of the side in front of the angle. So this will be a square is equal to, इसका square is equal to इसका square plus इसका square minus 2 of this cos theta. जैसे कि इसका एक स्पेशल केस होगा थीटा इक्वल टू 90. अगर थीटा 90 डालोगे तो क्या आ जाएगा, ये ए स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू बी स्क्वायर प्लस सी स्क्वायर कॉस 90 इज 0 एंड वी नो दैट्स अ हाइपोटेन्यूज वाला थिंग. हाइपोटेन्यूज इज इक्वल टू square of sum of square of two other two. So this is a special case, but this is a general formula. So you might need this in some of the questions, because in some questions the object might be moving like this in a circular path. ठीक है? Let's say say object is, let's say, here, and after rotating by some angle the object is reaching here. Object is following this path. They might give you this angle and they might ask you displacement. They might ask you displacement. So displacement is the straight line joining. So this is radius, this angle is given, so you figure out this. Okay, so you might need this technique, so remember this. Okay, so now I think we should be done with all the ECM problems.
सर आज मैथ में हम लोग इसमें मैथ में
हाँ, sin A by A, sin B by B, that is less applied. This is more applied. ठीक है? That is also valid. You can use it if you know.
यूज कर सकते हैं इससे
हाँ, कर सकते हो, but उससे थोड़ा लंबा हो जाएगा. See, both these rules are achievable from, if you start with one rule, you can get to the other rule. It's easy. But this is more handy in this case. Okay. So now we will do some problems on relative velocity in 2 dimensions. Okay. So we'll start with the problem number come to page 97. We'll start with a very simple problem because we are revising this, and I know this is a slightly twisted topic, difficult. So start with a very simple problem. Question number 16, example 16, page 97. We are doing JCM, page 97, example 16. So while you guys read, I'll just draw the diagram here. The engine of a boat drives. So this is a river. Now you have to cross this river. Velocity of boat. So this is V of boat with respect to water. It is right perpendicular, and this is given as 4 meter per second. V अच्छा ये वाटर बोला इन्होंने, ठीक है. They are going this naming convention boat. We are saying B in terms of naming convention. Water they are saying river, W, and ground they are using shore. For ground they are using shore. So since they have now given some convention, we have to follow that convention. But shore is nothing but ground. Okay? So this is velocity of boat with respect to water is this, and river is going like 2 meter per second with respect to shore. This is V water with respect to shore. This is the shore. This is given as 2 meter per second, right? And this is 1800 meter wide. ठीक है? Okay. What is the velocity VBS? Means boat to shore. We have to find out velocity of boat with respect to shore, means the ground wali. Right? This is what they have asked. Velocity of boat with respect to ground. Obviously आपको समझ में आ रहा होगा, boat is trying to go perpendicular related to water, perpendicular, and there's a water stream like this, so it will end up going like this. That's a feel. It should drift slightly and go like this. Understand, this is with respect to water. So with respect to water, boat will always be perpendicular, but with respect to shore it is going like this. So this is what we have to find out. So the formula remains same. Relative velocity in two dimensions. V boat with respect to water. This will be V boat with respect to ground, means shore, minus V water with respect to ground. Remember this formula, guys? तो अब आपको बस वैल्यूज पुट करने हैं. What is BW? It is right perpendicular, so this is going to be 4j cap. 4j cap. VBW is 4j cap. क्यों बोला मैंने 4j cap? प्रॉब्लम में बोला है कि रिलेटिव टू वाटर इट इज गोइंग परपेंडिकुलर टू द स्ट्रीम. VBS is going to be whatever. You have to find that out. This is our target. Minus VWS. VWS is 2I cap. Just put the information as it is. माइनस था तो इसलिए माइनस किया, और ये I cap पॉजिटिव I है, सो यहाँ से VBS क्या आ गया, 2I plus 4j. Now this was our field. So if this field is correct, so this is the velocity with respect to ground, sure. So 2, 4. That means you go 2 like this and you go 4 like this, which is like this, which makes sense, right? So it's going to drift and go like this. Clear? So this is the, so जो ऑब्जर्वर रहेगा शोर पे, राइट, उसको दिखेगा कि बोट जो है वो ऐसा स्लैंटिंग जा रही है. अगर आप बोट पे बैठे होगे तो आपको लगेगा कि आप एकदम अक्रॉस द स्ट्रीम जा रहे हो. If you're sitting on the boat, you will feel like you're just going across the stream. But your friend who is sitting on the shore, that will be okay. So magnitude निकालना है तो magnitude निकाल सकते हैं. This will be square root of this square 4 plus 16. But पूछा क्या उन्होंने? So velocity हमने बता दी. This is 4.5 गाइस, और ये पाइथागोरन ट्रिपलेट नहीं है 3, 4, 5 वाला, ये अलग है, राइट. स्क्वायर रूट 20 है, 20 मतलब 4.5 के आसपास आएगा. दूसरा व्हाट इज आस्क्ड, हाउ लॉन्ग, अब देखो यहाँ पे कॉन्सेप्ट आ जाएगा, हाउ लॉन्ग डज इट टेक फॉर द बोट टू क्रॉस द रिवर. यू रिमेंबर द डिस्कशंस वी हैड. नाउ दे आर आस्किंग इसको पूरा क्रॉस करने में कितना टाइम लगेगा, हाउ मच टाइम. नाउ इट्स ए मोशन इन two dimension, it is going x, going y. They are talking about y direction, cross the river in the y direction. So what is the displacement? 1800. There is no acceleration. What is the velocity across y? This is the velocity component which is really helping him to cross. This guy is not helping, this is other drifting. So who is helping him to cross? 4j. That means time would be 1800 by, I think units देख लेना एक बार. This, हाँ वही सही है. So this will be 450. अच्छा, इसमें क्वेश्चन में अगर एक्सटेंड करूँ, I make न्यू क्वेश्चन, how far the boat would reach from the opposite point, मतलब this distance. If they ask you this also, how far the boat would reach from the opposite point on the other shore? Time into, so you multiply this, sorry, this time. Now who will drift, which velocity component will drift? Right? That is. Okay? So now we will do problem number 18, example 18. This is page. Example 18. Yes. Page 97, example 18. Now we are doing page 97. Don't look at the solution. I would give you rather 2-3 minutes to solve. This is a simple problem. Try to solve it. Example 18. Understand, when we are expecting man to save himself from the rain, we are expecting because he needs to put his umbrella, क्या हुआ? He needs to put his umbrella as he would feel the rain. Rain vertical आ रही होगी, but if he is walking, rain would be at some angle with respect to him. So we are supposed to find velocity of rain with respect to the man. VR minus VM, yes. True. From approach perspective, it's fine. It's going to be VR minus VM because that is the formula for relative velocity. Velocity of rain with respect to man would be velocity of rain with respect to ground minus velocity of man with respect to ground. Velocity of rain with respect to man. मतलब how would the man feel? Man is the observer. So velocity of rain with respect to the observer, which is man, is equal to velocity of rain with respect to ground minus velocity of man with respect to ground. Done, Vihan? If you're done, you can go to example 19 in the next page. See, if it is taking time for you to, initially get the hold of this concept, two-dimensional, it will take time. Be careful, but what you do, be careful. So the first line says rain is falling vertically with velocity. So this is V rain with respect to ground. Let it V R G. Vertically down. So minus 10 J cap. Man is moving with respect to ground 6 meter. V man ground is moving 6 meter per second plus 6 I cap. So this is the condition of rain. This is the velocity of, this is V man ground and this is V rain. We are supposed to figure out this thing, V rain man. VRG minus 10 J cap minus 6 I cap. So minus 6 minus 10. So minus 6 is like this and minus 10 is like this. So this will be the velocity as it felt by the man. This is your V rain man. V rain man minus 10 minus 6. Oh, sorry, minus 6 minus 10. So this is minus 6 and this is minus 10. This is also minus 6. So if you want to find out this angle, tan theta would be minus 6 minus 10, which is 3 by. So theta would be equal to tan inverse. See 3 4 5 triangle है, देखो always remember ये 3 4 5 triangle. Tan inverse, so tan theta is 3 by 5. So this is theta, this is 3, नहीं ये अलग हो जाएगा क्योंकि इसमें this is not, this should be 5, this is not standard. Let's leave the answer here. So that means the man who is actually, जैसे कि मैं आगे जा रहा हूँ, रेन ऐसे आ रही है, so I will have to hold my umbrella थोड़ा सा आगे ऐसे, tilted like this, because this is my velocity of rain as it is appearing to me. So I have to put my umbrella like this.
minus 10
कौन सा माइनस 10 बोल रहे हो बेटा?
और minus 10 जितना
माइनस 10 क्यों किया है हमने? यार ये कन्वेंशन है,
downward.
डाउनवर्ड्स. अगर आप इसको प्लस ले लोगे तब भी आंसर में प्रैक्टिकली कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. दैट्स इट, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. 19 भी हो गया, गुड. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू 19. What you guys who have done 19? Which question? 19. 19 we are discussing, ठीक है? I'll come to this. Everyone move to question number 19. अगर 18 में किसी को डाउट है अभी? नहीं. Okay. So 18 done. Now we are moving to question 19. So again page 98. Example 9. What is the doubt, Aditya? You guys read and try to solve this problem on your own. Question 19.
Value e cos theta is around about tan theta 4 by 3. But like how to define like theta is 23.
This I will tell you. See, this is, understand. First of all, not every angle you can decode. This is by chance you got 4 by 3. Remember this triangle. Tan theta is 4 by 3. That means this is going to be 4, this is going to be 3. So this is theta. Perpendicular upon this, right? So this is for this, this will be 5. Remember, this is a very special triangle for Pythagorean triplet 3, 4, 5. So this side is smaller. So this angle is going to be 37. And the bigger angle, which is in front of bigger side, is going to be 53. So this is standard triangle, 53, 37, 90. जैसे अगर tan theta तुम्हारा 4 by 3 हो 3 by 4 हो, so the theta would be 37 जाएगी. Okay, हाँ वो जो उल्टा हो जाएगा वो. Okay, guys who are done with question number 19, you guys can come to question number 1000. We are taking a step back. We are doing some questions of one dimension motion as well as plan today's class plan. Okay, so we will do under JE warm up, page 59. Who are done with this question, their next question is this, page 59, which is JE warm up for motion in one dimension. We are doing question number 2. You might have already done this, and once you are done with this, if you are done with this also, you will come to the PYQs. You will come to PYQ, which is page 75, PYQ number 8. These two questions you will do. If you are done with question number 19, then only. Okay, so in that case, you can do question number 13 and 17. 13 and 17 on the next page, page 76. अच्छा, Bihan, you can come to page 137. And try question number 47, 48. Okay, what is the status on this one, guys? Who all are done? 19. Okay, you two are done. You did. You had also done 19. Aditya, so you, all the people at the back, they are done. You guys are doing it. You guys are still doing it. Question number 19. Anyone needing some clarification, you can always raise your hand. Okay, question number 19. डोंट लुक एट द सोल्यूशन. उसमें कुछ भी किया है, कुछ भी करते हैं वो लोग अपने दिमाग से. आपको जो मैंने आईजे का टेक्निक बताया, बिल्कुल उसको लेके चलो. कॉम्पोनेंटाइज. हाँ, एक चीज़ आपको मैं बता दूँ, यू माइट नीड इन दिस प्रॉब्लम. cos 37 my dear friends is 4/5. sin 37 is 3/5. remember this triangle, 3 4 5 वाला. ठीक. so this angle is 37, this angle is 50. so cos 37 would be 4/5, sin 37 would be 3/5. इसी तरीके से cos 53 would be 3/5 and sin 53 would be 4/5. ये 4 वैल्यूज आप दिमाग में मेमोराइज कर लो. So now I am doing it here. You can follow if you have not done already. To a man, just read the problem. To a man running up an inclined plane, this with horizontal speed, this rain appears to be falling with this speed vertically downwards. So what is this speed? Rain का ground वाला speed या फिर as felt by the man? So this is VRM. So this is this. This is the incline. This is 37 degrees. This guy is going with 5 meters per second. To this guy, rain is appearing, falling this speed, 6 meters per second. So यहाँ से मैं लिख सकता हूँ V rain man, सबसे सिंपल, -6 to this man, rain is appearing vertically down, right? Can we write the velocity of this man with respect to ground in ij? Is going on an incline. That means he has a velocity component like this and like this. This angle is 37. The angle with the horizontal is 37. So can we componentize here? That means this guy is going 5 cos 37 I cap plus 5 sin 37. This is the man's velocity with respect to ground. कुछ नहीं किया है मैंने, इसको सिर्फ देखो. प्रॉब्लम में कहाँ ट्विस्ट है? अभी तक की सारी वेलोसिटीज में rain was like this and the movement was like this, so they were not cross interfering in terms of direction. But this time the man is on an inclined plane, as if you are on a ghat section and you are going up and rain is falling. So to you rain is appearing vertically down. So that is this. This is the velocity of rain as felt by you. V rain man is -6j. With respect to ground, rain would be not vertical. That we'll figure out. Velocity of man with respect to ground is going to be this component plus this component.
डायरेक्टली इंक्लाइन प्लेन को एक्स एक्सिस
ले सकते हो, बट उसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि फिर इसको कंपोनेंटाइज करना पड़ेगा.
किसी एक को
तो किसी को तो करना पड़ेगा, किसी को तो करना पड़ेगा. पूछा क्या है? वेलोसिटी ऑफ रेन विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ग्राउंड. So what is your formula? V rain man, velocity of rain with respect to man is velocity of rain with respect to ground minus velocity of man with respect to ground. Right? So this is given -6j. So this is -6j cap. That is equal to VRG. We are supposed to figure out minus VMG. So VMG, see here cos 37 is 4/5. So this will be 4 I cap minus 4 I cap and this will be minus, क्योंकि पूरा माइनस हो रहा है ना ये, ठीक है. Both will get minus ना. The entire thing is getting minus. So minus 3j cap. So now just do transformation. VRG would be -6j plus 3j. So this will be -3j and plus 4i. So 4i cap minus 3j. देखा आपने कैसे हुआ ये? अब लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड with respect to ground how it is going. With respect to ground it is like this. This is your direction sense. It is going 4 on the positive side. So So 4 I cap and it's going minus 3j cap. So minus 3j cap like this. So rain is actually not vertical. Rain is actually like this. Basically, rain is falling like this. And what this angle would be, you can also figure out. This angle would be, this is theta, this is 4, yes, and this is 3. So tan theta would be 4 by 3. This is theta, this is theta. So rain is falling at an angle tan inverse 4 by 3. By the way, tan inverse 4 by 3 आप कि क्या होगा angle? This will be 53. कैसे? वही 3 4 5 वाला ट्रायंगल हुआ अपना. ये थीटा है. क्या? Tan theta is 4 by 3. So this is 4, this is 3, this is going to be 5. This is अपना typical triangle 3 4 5. So 3 के सामने का एंगल हो गया 37 और 4 के सामने का एंगल हो गया 50. बट यू कैन दिस इज तो फिगरिंग आउट द एंगल वाला पार्ट, बट मेन पार्ट इज दिस टिल दिस पॉइंट, राइट? Is this not clear to anyone? Please raise your hand. Any point in this solution? Pranav? Clear?
Sir, we take the plane as this is x and this is y.
You can take and solve the problem. Okay, two of you said this, so let me clarify. You can take this also as x and this also as y, but in that case you'll have to componentize this. It will not be minus 6j, obviously it will be falling like this, so there will be a component like this and there will be a component like this, and do this, you will get the same answer, I guarantee this. Okay, but you will get an advantage. In this case your V man with respect to ground will just be 5 I cap. ओके 5 आई. तो अगर आप सही तरीके से समझ जाओगे चीज़ों को, आप हर तरीके से करोगे, आपका दिमाग और अच्छे से उस कॉन्सेप्ट को ग्रास्प करेगा. डोंट बी अफ्रेड ऑफ आई जे, दे आर योर फ्रेंड, दे आर नॉट योर एनिमीज, राइट? दे विल सेव यू फ्रॉम वेक्टर का नॉनसेंस. ओके, सो विल एंड द क्लास हियर टुडे. रिमेंबर, आई रोट सम PYQs हियर. Not everyone did, but I highly encourage before your test you guys do these PYQs.